All right, in tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks video on this Wednesday evening, we've got plenty to talk about with kind of an unsettled pattern for the next few days, a real temperature roller coaster ride as we wrap up February and especially head into early March. We're even talking about some true springtime weather in parts of the U.S. as we go into next week. But in the meantime, we're going to start this evening's video with a look outside a little after 7 p.m. This is our camera in Niles. This is across from Eastwood Mall along Route 422. And 39 degrees and rain. Yuck, not very nice. At least we're not shoveling this, but the chilly raindrops are found not only in Niles, but in much of the region this evening. Now, rainfall totals thus far today have been fairly modest. We're talking mostly under 1/4 inch so far, but we're going to add on to these totals certainly before the evening is through. I think it will rain for parts of the evening before things quiet down as we go through the overnight. As of the beginning of this recording, a little after 7 p.m., some pockets of moderate rain, one around the Canfield and Boardman area, another over towards Newcastle and the Slippery Rock area in western Pennsylvania. Otherwise, the rain is fairly light in intensity here just after 7 p.m. We had some thunder and some lightning earlier on from Columbus, right across the I-70 corridor, closer to Wheeling. Haven't seen anything near our viewing area as far as lightning strikes, but we did have a few earlier on this afternoon. Our high-res modeling here shows that the rain should start winding down as we head towards midnight, and especially past midnight. I think not much more than a few passing showers will be a possibility for later on tonight into tomorrow morning, although it may continue to rain fairly consistently in our southern viewing area for a time overnight for tonight. All right, so this is a little bit of a parade of weather features heading our way over the next few days. The first couple that I'm going to show you are pretty weak, including tonight's. Now it is, squeezing out some decent amounts of rain, but it's not a real strong area of low pressure by any stretch of the imagination. There might be one more shower trying to linger into tomorrow morning, but then we await this dash black line. This is a trough of low pressure, which will pivot through tomorrow evening, most likely just around or after sunset, and this will come with an uptick in shower chances across the area. Can even be some snowflakes here and there, not expecting any accumulation. Some flurries a possibility tomorrow night. The vast majority of Friday, pretty ho-hum. In fact, some sunny breaks will send temperatures into the 40s, but then a stronger front as we head into the weekend. The timing on this front really hasn't changed much over the last 24 hours. We think there'll be a frontal passage early in the day Saturday, and our warmest temperature Saturday should occur around daybreak, and then we'll spend the afternoon mostly in the 20s with a gusty wind making the wind chill mostly in the teens and lower 20s. It's going to feel like a legit midwinter day on Saturday, and we'll have a calmer day Sunday, a brighter day Sunday, but it will be cold with temperatures in the 20s. My attention was really drawn next week looking at the modeling towards the middle of the week, because we have the first of what may be a series of pretty classic-looking spring low-pressure systems moving across the country as we go into next week. And I say the first in a series because I think right around the middle of March could be pretty active as well. But taken literally, our modeling here has a pretty strong area of low pressure by Wednesday morning over Chicago, with a strong cold front extending off to the south like that, warm front up here, and this looks like a pretty moist and mild air mass for us a week from right now, next Wednesday. This will probably come with pretty good chance for some rain locally, some gusty winds, and while the severe weather risk at this point does not look especially high, certainly folks in the south will have to be on the lookout for some heavy gusty storms. I'm going to show this product quite a bit in the next handful of months as we get into severe weather season. This is basically a machine learning or AI product showing the severe weather chances next Tuesday into next Tuesday night, first thing Wednesday morning. This ends at around 7 a.m. Wednesday morning. And what you're looking for here are the brighter colors, of course, and this machine learning product does have a pretty heightened chance of severe weather during that time frame, Tuesday into Tuesday night, across parts of the south. Perhaps the maximum severe weather risk is over northern Louisiana, and all of this is, probably to our south in terms of the true severe weather risk. But could we have some thunder and some lightning and things like that around here middle of next week? Sure. That looks like a pretty springtime weather system, and I do think there will be a big temperature swing on either side of that midweek system. We'll maybe approach, even exceed 60 perhaps in some spots next Wednesday, but then that's a strong system. No surprise, in early March is going to have a strong cold front with it, and that should send temperatures tumbling towards the tail end of next week. But then that tumble probably doesn't last very long. I do think that as we head towards the 10th, 11th, 12th of March, the modeling is pretty impressive looking as far as the warmth trying to build in. So I think the middle of the month is still looking pretty balmy. We're going to snap into a springtime pattern, it looks like, finally, as we go into the month of March. And as I've been talking about here on Weather for Weather Geeks, the worst of winter is certainly behind us at this point. We're not done with winter weather just yet. I don't want to close the book on winter. It's only February 26th. But the worst is behind us, and these shots of cold from here on out will be more and more brief, like the one we're going to have this weekend, and probably the one that we'll have towards the tail end of next week. In the meantime, thanks for watching Weather for Weather Geeks on this Wednesday evening. Have a great rest of your night, and I'll meet you back here Thursday evening, same time, same place.